Alright guys, and welcome to a casted game in Red Alert 3, and we are on a pool party. It plays 2 versus 2, we have 4 players are already starting to build. This is Blue Empire Superpower. Following with his ally, this is Red Allies Yuno. On top right, we have Orange Allies, this is Godofwar, and finally, Steel Empire, this is Unities. Now, this is going to be a very interesting and nice match because, after all, 4 of our players are very good to go. Maybe exception goes for the Unities. I mean, I don't want to call him as a bad player, but compared with the skill level of all players, I think he is the one that can be counted as 4. But I can assure you, this guy is practicing a lot. I checked his match history, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I think you all should check it by yourself. He is training a lot. Hopefully, we will soon see the fruits of his, intense training and studying. But now we can get back onto the game. Now we see an attempt to snipe the engineer of the superpower, but unfortunately, it seems like it's not going to work for the God of War. And now the oil rig has been successfully captured. It's nice to see that the 4 players respectively get their own oil rigs. Very nice place to stay. And also, Unities tries to go for a dojo, and I don't know if God of War, he is actually building a multi-gunner turret, which is nice, but the dojo core is already being destroyed. So that's something. Now we see an infantry Imperial warriors are engaging on the units of the Yuno. But here's the thing: this multi-gunner turret can actually deter like maybe 20 of them. On the meantime, we see the exact opposite. But again, peacekeeper numbers are incredible high here. Like, you will probably need lots of Imperial warriors because, after all, if I know, okay, so multi-gunner turret is already done, but I will probably build it around here. So losing this garrison is something else, but now multi-gunner trade with Peacekeeper already chipping a lot of damage to these. Imperial Warriors are just reduced into 5. Oh, I'm sorry, 4. Anyway, also air support is now online, and this dojo core is almost, dead. Is going to waiting its time to give veterancy to Peacekeeper or Javelin. On the meantime, no Tengu harassment yet from any kind of player. Both from Unities and a Superpower. And now God of War is actually bombing these Imperial Warriors. I think I would rather drop 1 bomb to each Imperial Warrior to leave them on a very low HP so Peacekeepers can still get rid of them without any kind of troubles. On the meantime, this dojo has been deployed and now walls are being built. Stop it. This is a nice also oil direct capture, I have to say. Now, third refinery is on for superpower, but this is a very risky oil refinery. One javelin can easily just take this, knock this building entirely down. In the meantime, we also see, interesting enough, exception goes for the God of War. Everybody got their third refinery, so I don't know what kept him so long. I'm sure it's not about the air support. I think so, at least. But anyway, he is going for to get his rightfully third refinery, or even maybe fourth, because expanding over here after this one is not very difficult for allies, as their MCV gives a huge build radius. We see seaport already, and I think tier 2 is also incoming, so we can see an assault destroyer. And peacekeeper numbers are not that bad, so that's okay. Without Tengus, Unities can't really defend this or refine the property. Mitigators will always find a way to bomb it down. In the meantime, we see a Dojo Core getting sneaking around, and Apollos are now engaging with other Apollos. In the meantime, one Vindicator takes the L, but these Apollos are... Yuno's Apollos are actually doing nothing. Vindicator goes down, that's something, but in return, 2 of the Apollos are down already. Now, God of War's remnants of the Peacekeeper army still is trying to deal as much as damage they could. Superpower, you definitely need your Dojo Core if you really want to do that. On the meantime, Striker VX is now dealing some free damage to Apollo, and actually Apollo takes the final rocket and goes down, the pin down. But in return, Superpower also takes down the infantry, but I don't know if he can push it. There's one multi-gunner turret, and I think it would be more than enough to prevent it. Now, the task should be very simple. Get the garrison and try to deal damage to airfield and force your opponent to make more peacekeepers. On the meantime, we see Unities is actually having an armor on the midsection of the map, and I don't know if he's trying to play for the like consolidation of his refinery. These are too many slimy tanks already. Sure, pool party gives you the angles to do some coordinated attacks, but airfield is always there to prevent it. And since you rely on chopper VXs, that's not going to work anytime soon enough. A defender VX, that's something. But I don't think Fortress Tsunami tanks can actually easily mow it down. In the meantime, Vindicator also drops the bomb now. All of the Fortress Tsunami tanks takes the ore refiner. Unfortunately, collector also gone as well. This dojo actually outlaid this purpose already. It could be sold without any kind of problem. From the looks of it, Yuno could actually help his ally fast, but I mean, you will probably need lots of Vindicators for that. Not to mention that God of War also has his own air force. So I think Cryocopter could be an answer, but one Cryocopter, I think he will need, okay, two Cryocopters. But again, these are good players. They can simultaneously shrink your half of your army, so they have to be very careful with it. On the meantime, Superpower has a sizable infantry and some striker VXs, but I don't think they can do a lot here. The good choice is tank busters are nice. I mean, this army lacks Tengu, lacks Imperial Warriors, so these Nami tanks are in danger. But point defense zone just comes online in good time. One multi-gunner turret and two tsunami tanks are here now. Cryocopters. This is the moment for the Cryocopters. Cryoshot has been used on the multi-gunner turret, but it's not going to work. On the meantime, Apollos are retreating for absolutely nothing. Two Cryoshots are being used. There's only one multi-gunner turret has been caught in the vicinity of it. Now Godofwar just parks the Apollos on top of the base of the Superpower. Now,
withstand their attack.
not that bad. I mean, two of the tanks are already shrunk, but now all of the striker rigs are just free firing all of the Apollos. But now the prime targets are the Cryocopters. But now the Cryocopters, at least they can start like freezing some of the units. I mean, even the move speed slow could be really useful for them. It's also quite difficult to see the colors. I mean, since Superpower is blue and Unity is teal, but I mean, Unity can't just, I mean, break in. He couldn't punch this front line here, and Cryocopter numbers are mounting one by one already. This striker waves unfortunately gets caught, but now it takes a lift, and I think it's going to escort safely. Since I don't see any kind of incoming Apollo from... Okay, he actually has Apollos. I mean, Yuno is sending now Apollos, but now IFBs came to intervene. But, okay, Move Indicators also bombing down one Striker VX, not that bad. But Godofwar is actually not paying a lot of attention for his Apollos, I can say that. I mean, he's losing Apollos for too long. Now, so many Tsunami tanks, but in return, we have one Cryocopter almost going to go down, but Godofwar, come on!
That's my tracks.
Or maybe not. I mean, he may not able to take down the one Cryocopter. That is it. Now, a very big, fat Tsunami tank army, but well, here's the problem: this doesn't have any kind of air support. So this definitely means one simple thing, and all of these tanks can be shrunk down or worse, frozen down. Now, Assault Destroyer, but now Assault Destroyer can actually crush the units on the land, so it doesn't have the advantage. Really, can just drop the bomb, and Assault Destroyer goes down immediately. On the meantime, so many IFBs are also around here. I mean, God of War now relies on IFBs for anti-air. Assault Destroyer once again here, but now absorbing all of the damage. Cryoshot has been used, and only... how is... Okay, this grab. Now, almost 4 of those Tsunami tanks are caught. And we see also the Tsunami tanks, all the Superpower as well, they are incoming. Now, these IFBs are creating an anti-air barrage for these Cryocopters, but the numbers are way too high. You will definitely, I mean, 100%, you will need Apollos. You can't just handle these Cryocopters parking on this lake and freezing all of the units. Now, Apollo support has arrived, and this Chopper VX goes for the transformer, going on as a Striker VX, but now it's already low HP, so it can die in a second. But here's the thing. Unity almost lost his army for just one refinery, and it's not even dead yet. And right now we see Superpower's army just almost similar to the army of the Unities. Now we see 2 base defenses are here, and okay, this is a very nice, sizable, a little army, but once again, Cryocopters have arrived.
Back it up, we're done here.
And I mean, both of the Imperial players here are having some, like, maybe trouble in execution, because now Superpower is exactly doing the same, like, wise thinking over what Unity did here. He is going in and going back. I don't know how nice is this going to happen for him. Now Vindicators With Guardian Tank, I mean, even Nano Deflectors on, doesn't really matter, beautifully bombed down, and now Tier 3 comes from the God of War. God of War wants to take this matter into his hands. Now, for the most of the time, allies deploy seaports over here and get some very nice, just like the one Yuno does. Here, I mean, aircraft carrier and this entire map and the land is going to be yours. How to stop this? Well, technically speaking, you can't really stop this. I mean, it's very difficult. Maybe if you play Soviets and if the game takes too long and you get a magnet satellite level 3, maybe you can stop it. Or you may need thousands of striker reactors, and these are being left away with units. But now this is a very dangerous positioning. These aircraft carriers are in the range. Athena cannon deploys it, but now shrunk as well.
Out of here, on the
Most of the
double.
units
Looks
are
a little
already
tight.
shrunk. I mean, small, cute guardian tanks with target painters. Not that bad, but now I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Also, Sub Destroyer now accompanying these aircraft carriers. The only question is, I mean, God of War, why are you not getting cryocopters as well? Just like Yuno maybe over relying on cryocopters, but so far so good, it's working. And Cryoblast has been used on the army of the God of War, and now half of the army just gets frozen. And Superpower is now reaping the reward, and veterancy all of the tsunami tanks. The problem is tank masters are just getting the vengeance and destroying all of them. Now, more tier 3 Mirage tank is also filled, not that bad, but once again, the problem is not like tier 3 or the land. It's about the sea. So you can also deploy. Okay, Seaport is online as well. The only trouble is, so far so good in the game, only the Superpower invested in a sea harassment force with his Imperial docks over here. So it only takes a one refinery, but one refinery is still a refinery, so that's something. Now, this Peacekeeper drawing some focus fire, and Athena Cannon is repelling all of the units. I think here God of War makes the right decision and launching the attack where these aircraft carriers cannot reach. Of course, with the bugged infinite range of EMP missile, it can still reach, but I don't think our players will be consulted that. Hopefully, at least like I say. Now the reprisal also arises from. Oh no, the Cryo Doom has arrived. Like, meanwhile, you guys are fighting over here. I just go and take all of the production and economy of the unities, says Yuno. Now, this is quite. Now, this is colorful. I mean, this aircraft carrier just destroys the entire. Let's say not entire, but stuns the entire army, land army, all the superpower. Now, tsunami tanks are just in a line. Just go and borrow them. No. I mean, you lost so many of them just for absolutely nothing. Now there's only 3 Athena cannons. I mean, not that bad, but now they don't have any kind of anti-air. So, but the production is now reset for the unities, and these cryocopters are now changing their direction to the army of the God of War. And once again, this is not a sufficient amount of anti-air. I mean, not going to work, not going to happen. You will definitely need much more than that. Now, Ore Refinery gets destroyed by the aircraft carriers, and now, I mean, trouble
Systems are
is
damaged.
growing a lot harder. Now, Wave Force Artillery is on the field. 3 players, 3 tier 3, only unities. I mean, not even tier 1, but not even Mecha Bay. Okay, the second Mecha Bay is now being built on the 3rd refinery expansion. In the meantime, these cryocopters are just way too tanky to take some damage. And now these striker base is absolutely serving for nothing. Now taking the flight, but now goes down immediately. Throwing more fire for the cryocopters, I suppose. I mean, that's what I want to believe. In the meantime, this Athena cannon somehow couldn't crush the Mirage tank, but Mirage tank gets the kill. This Wave Force artillery is just, hey, give me a second and I will launch it down. And now very nice small Aegis shield out there. Also, Wave Force cannon cannot one-shot frozen units. But that's something that I learned. Now, Emperor's Rage has been used on this small force, and I mean, this is a force we reckon with. These aircraft. Okay, this is Shogun battleship, but now these cryocopters are now using the drones of the Superpower's docks for repairing. But the trouble is, this Shogun is going to die. And not gonna happen. That's for sure. There's only 1 Athena cannon left, but I think that's more than enough. In the meantime, Yuriko is on, but somehow gets killed immediately and before using special ability. Now, Striker VX is taking some free shots on this Shogun battleship. I think it's going to take it down immediately. And we see Tengu action finally here. Maybe this is a 20-minute of the game, but now we see Tengu. Also, the Mirage tanks of the Yuno is now destroying all of the anti-air presence. Not only anti-air, all of the units, perhaps, of the God of War. And sea wings on the flight. I mean, how often do you see that? Okay, he is using focus fire for some reasons. Now, Superpowers are traversing with his Yari minis up to see if his opponents are trying to establish an oil mine on the seas. Now, this... I mean... Now we're calm. Why? I think all of the players are now exhausting their forces. Sea wings are acting as side. How often do you see that? I mean, you're... Now, bombs are being dropped, but now Apollo's are in position. Very nice sniping one on the Vindicator, but now this heroic Sea Wing is actually doing some trouble. Giving the trouble for the unities, the Tengus. And still, we have only 3 IFPs left, and they cannot... Entire Cryogodon has been used on one Shogun battleship. A very nice move. Yuno actually shrunk that. Oh, no. Tengus are now arrived. He says, I'm sick and tired of your cryos. And sniping only one of them, unfortunately. I mean, it was a good catch. But the trouble is, a Superpower and Yuno reacted very quickly. Now, Yuno is being the economical powerhouse of this game. He's only going for the other refinery. On the meantime, both unities and the Godofwar is now having difficulty with establishing with more refineries. They need more cash. They need more income. But not going to happen in a very short time. After all, I mean, they are stricken to the 3 refineries. On the meantime, I mean, Superpower is also on 3, but the Yuno is like 5th refinery. And he can actually build over here as well if Superpower is not going to do so. Now for Tengus, I think he wants to hunt down Cryocopters if they are going back for the repairs, I suppose. Now the base aircraft carrier is now stunning Shogun battleships, but I think he will need more than that for sure. Vindicators now just arrived, bombing the... How come the other Shogun died? I mean, that's not kind of a splash damage you would usually see from the Vindicators. But anyway, well, poor Unities, the moment that Yuno realizes that he is being annoying and touching his cryocopters. Also, this is nice slow down Tengu. Imagine you're a jet, but you're still having hard time with pulling off the ice. I'm sorry, heating the ice, let's say. Now cryocopters destroying all of this little sizable army, but now they're very dangerously exposed. I mean, Tengus can actually go for suicide and take down more cryocopters. But Unities, you had the moment. What are you doing? Ooh, there are also so many Apollos on the bay. Now these units are trying to dodge the shots from the Shogun battleship. This MCV is actually in a bit dangerous side. Also, our refinery goes down as well. Now we see Riptide, but the response is not that bad. Superpower already has his Naginata Cruiser, and the issue is this Naginata Cruiser can actually go toe-to-toe with these Riptides and take down all of them. I mean, Empire with the 45 fleet is something else. Now, there are too many Apollos over there, and you will need more than that. 6 Tengus with point defense throws, that's for sure. For example, what would you need? God of War. I'm unsure if the aircraft missile can go over there. I don't know if this is like nice play or something.
They must be dealt with.
Okay, first cryocopter of the God of War. So congratulations for him. He unlocked the true potential of the allies. So far so good. He used almost everything in the game. Also, I didn't know this, but this flash... You see the flashing lights? I mean, this, I think, indicates that this airbase cannot produce tier 3 units. Well, I get to learn new things about this game. Also, these Mirage tanks wanted to snipe down this aircraft carrier, but I think their resolve is now tested very quickly, and it falls lacking, as you can see. Now, Yuno is slowly crawling. Ah, no, come on. Ah, this is nasty. This MCV is not going to survive. And why did you unpack? You could actually sell it if you wish to continue playing. Now I expect a fire sale or letting it go from the Unities. Also, not to mention that I think he lost the Mecha Bay as well. So this is his third Mecha Bay. But anyway, Unity is now being removed from the map. I mean, his presence was too welcomed. Now, unfortunately, he lost also his production. So he's only bound to produce like this. I don't know how is that going to work that much. So IFP is running for harassment, I suppose. Meaning with the 4 multi-gunner IFVs. But to mention that now Yuno space is completely powered up. Now multi-gunner True is also online, but now he is, I mean, God of War is retreating. Well, sudden transport. Unity is still trying to do something. All you need to do, just snipe these power plants. What are you doing? Just snipe the power plants. Okay, he wants to go to the garrison. Not a bad move, I have to say. Your two tank busters are doing nothing. Ooh, Peacekeeper also died, and I think two. Oh, this is rude. Well, I think I wonder what made them. They both left simultaneously, so I think they agreed on like, okay, we just lost. Let's get going. Anyway, this was a quite interesting game. I have to say, for a moment, I thought Superpower was I couldn't hold it any longer, but now Yuno just arrived with his mighty cryocopters and saved the game for both of them. So congratulations for this Superpower and Yuno, and better luck next time for the God of War and the Unities. So guys, hopefully you liked the game. If so, feel free to leave a like or make a comment. I would like to hear your opinion as well. Also, I lowered the audio of the game, so I think it reflected a little bit because I no longer get the comments of like, "Hey, I can't hear you," or the game audio is loud. So anyway, let me know. Also, feel free to subscribe as well. Stay tuned for the more games. Until then, see you guys.